You are listening to Not on the Payroll right here at notonthepayroll.com. You can check us out at Facebook, check us out at YouTube, check us out at Rumble. Look for our mascot, the gorilla with the red headphones, and you will have found us. Don't matter what social media it's on, that's our mascot, and you'll know you're actually going to the official Not on the Payroll site or social media or what have you. This morning we have the privilege of sitting down with Newton County Sheriff Robert Burby. Sheriff Burby, I appreciate you taking time with us this morning.
Good morning, Jay. Thank you for spending time with me. I compliment you on your program. I know you do a lot. You bring a lot of information to the general public, and I think information has always been something that we have taken for granted. There's so much out there now that we can't take it for granted. We got to, listen and verify your facts. One of the things I do in law enforcement is, people have their opinion and their perceptions, but I have to deal with facts,
right,
and everything. So that is one of the reasons why the criminal justice system moves so slowly.
Sure.
We're fact finders, and we cannot get anyone arrested on perception or what we think, our opinion.
Right.
They have to be facts, because when you stand up in a court of law, you have to be able to articulate and defend your facts that you found. So, in saying that, I thought about what I was going to talk about today. I think that one of the things I would like to say is that the jail, we have a jail here. We have cells that we can hold up to 12 people maximum.
Okay.
We have minimum, medium, and maximum areas for here in Newton County. And we'll hold 12 folks here, and we'll send our overflow to Jasper. And once we send them to Jasper, it's going to cost us money. Well, they cost us money here, but it's not as much here than sending them to Jasper. And we've been doing that for a while.
Okay.
Right now, I think currently we have about 8 over there and everything. And we don't deny anyone the opportunity to come to jail. We won't do that. We'll find a spot for them and everything. And if you don't want to come here, don't do anything to get you to get the free ride.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm on a serious note. There's folks that tend to want to do what they want to do and break the law, and that's when they run into us.
Yeah.
Well, we don't chase good people; we chase crooks.
There you go.
Bad folks. So we're coming up on the holidays, and that's something that we always talk about. And I know it might sound hokey or folky that we say make sure that you're partners of your environment and your surrounding during the holidays.
Yes.
Leaving things in your vehicle, leaving things visible, and that's always well, the people who ride by and look and see, spot and steal, as they used to say back in the day, and your valuables. We have done a good job. We as Newton County citizens, if they see something, say something. They call us, and we get a lot of calls on stuff that we see, that they see, and we go check it out. Suspicious vehicles, suspicious people, things that just don't look normal.
Right.
Seem out of the norm for the time, place,
and
everything, and we check it out. And I think we do a pretty good job in that. And the deputies they're game for it.
There you go.
They're game for it. We do our patrols. We identify those areas that need extra patrol, as we said in our weekly report. And that's how we get that when folks call us and say, hey, this is what we're seeing. Well, if we don't see it and be able to address it directly, then we'll put that on extra patrol.
Yeah.
So we can direct other deputies on the other shifts at different times.
I know what to watch for.
Can know what to watch for. So it's a constant information sharing that we do
Yeah.
in this sheriff's office to make sure that we bring the best possible product to the public. And again, we are looking forward to the holidays. We're looking forward to enjoy them and everything. We got Halloween coming up. It's not a holiday, but people celebrate
Sure.
it. We're going to be giving out candy here in the lobby. I think that's the first time we've done that since I've been here, but I'm looking forward to it. I'll be here. The VIP, the Volunteer Initiative Program volunteers, the Blue Line Advocates, they're going to be here, and we're going to be giving out candy to folks to come by here and trick or treat us.
That's good, man.
Okay, just come by
That's
and
fun.
get the treat and don't trick us.
That's right.
But I'm going to tell them to put extra folks out, during those hours.
Right.
And please, I want the public to be safe when they're out there and the kids are walking in the streets or what have you,
Sure.
going from place to place. And also, be cognizant of the candies that your kids collect, because, there's people out there who does very evil things.
Sure.
And they mess with the candy. They messed with the candy when I was a kid.
Right.
So, and that was a very, very long time ago. And with society the way it is today, that they do those silly things.
Yes.
And dangerous things to the candy. So be mindful of that. Certain things that you shouldn't allow your kids to eat and everything, and or handle, because it's getting to a point now, as you put your hands on stuff that's coated with something bad like fentanyl.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's a big, we've seen that happen, but you never know what's going to happen.
Right. So just be on guard.
Just be on guard.
Yeah.
Be vigilant, as we say,
Yeah.
on that. Then you have Thanksgiving coming up. You have the shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Days.
Black Friday.
Yeah, Black Friday and everything. And look like they have one a black day every day because of all the shopping little things they got going.
Online.
Online as well. But one of the things, again, you use the word vigilant, because you have to be cognizant of what's going on.
Right.
And they got folks who will take advantage of you in so many different ways. They got folks now that they're trying to hit you online with scam messages and stuff, and you just got to be on your P's and Q's.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
if you don't know that person, don't open it. If you get a phone call and said someone need money to get bonded out, it's not coming from us, because we don't operate that way, and other law enforcement agencies don't operate that way.
That's right.
You bond out on your own. That's up to you. We're not able to tell people who to use the bond out.
That's right.
That's against the law for us to do that as well. So going forward, we have to just be on P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Now, getting back to the jail, one of the things that Billy Rose and I talked about when before he left office, he told me that he tried to get a jail and everything, and he said, if I can do anything, I try to keep that going, and we can get jail for Newton County and everything. And that's what he asked me to do and everything, and I believe in carrying the torch to do it my very best and everything, because it's going to better Newton County. We tried on a bond election. We fell short of that for various reasons, which I won't go into. But I can say this: once it got on the ballot,
right?
We as elected officials, I could not say certain things on how it would benefit. I couldn't be for or against it.
Right.
I can only provide certain information related to the jail operation. But I'm going to tell you today, we need a jail. We need to have a jail to house our prisoners, our inmates, not state inmates, our inmates, and everything. We're we pass the jail inspection each year, and the next one is be doing the next couple of months. One of the things that's going to make us fail is not so much the way we run the place, but the physical facility itself.
Okay.
Most of the times that when a jail fails to be in compliance, it's because of the facility.
Okay.
So those are things that we got to start being more visionary for Newton County.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward because if we had with the new jail, instead of us paying money somewhere else
Right.
to house inmates, people be paying us to house their inmates.
Just out of curiosity, with how much we have to spend sending some of these inmates to other counties and other county jails, is there kind of an estimated idea as to what kind of cost savings it would be, or maybe even what kind of revenue would come off of having the jail here?
Yeah, there would be cost savings for us to have one here, because we wouldn't be paying anyone else; they'd be paying us.
Gotcha.
For instance, I'm gonna give you a comparison. Right now, we pay $40 a day to Jasper,
Wow.
and that's not. Hey,
Right. No, that's not absurd.
That's cheap.
That's
That
not
is
absurd.
cheap.
No.
I am so glad that we have partners like Jasper County, and everything, because a lot of places you say you don't say Jasper without saying Newton,
Right.
or Newton and Jasper.
Right.
So we collectively we've been very close, and we have a pretty good deal with them. I have contracted with other facilities that's a lot more. For instance, there's one facility that you contracted with, because you're going to have a contract MOU with them to get approved, and it's about $75.
Okay.
But if you look at what they have an infirmary there. So if I had someone that needed to be incarcerated and have medical attention while he's there, it would benefit us to send them there versus having them in the hospital and having a deputy sit on him 24 hours a day.
Right. Right.
So that's the benefit with having that. So, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, don't nobody rate me over the coals if the number's not exactly correct, but I think the average cost last time I talked to the commission was about $53 a day per inmate, and that was about a year ago.
Okay.
Okay. And I've known that others have charged more. It all depends.
Sure.
And everything. If we had a jail, we would obviously have extra space where we can outsource it out and get a fee for that.
How many actual? I mean, obviously the jail's in disrepair at this point, and not the jail that you have, but the jail right up here on the hill is in disrepair. If it was up to par, how many inmates would it be able to hold?
We was looking at having 98.
98.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we was looking for 98 beds.
That could turn into some decent revenue to help kind of subsidize the budget for sure.
Yeah, because if you look at over the years, I think we average maybe, I'd say, between 22 and 24 inmates per month.
Wow.
That's
being housed outside the.
That's incarcerated by us.
Okay.
So all of that over that would be.
Would just be revenue.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And I've had folks call me. I had a county call me and ask me, did I have 40 spots? And I said, if I had them, you could get them.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And I know it's one of the things we run into today in Texas is that most jails are hurting for jail bed space.
Sure.
And so they have to transport them around and everything.
Yeah.
We have had some in Polk County,
Mm-hmm.
in every house there. We have had some in Jefferson County.
Right.
We currently only have them in Jasper County
Yeah.
and everything, but we have had them in other places.
Shifting gears a little bit, how is the VIP program working out?
VIP is that's why I was laughing before you cut the recording on. We was setting up Halloween
Yeah.
candy giveaway here on Monday, and folks was chiming in saying they was going to be here and everything. They are a tremendous group that's doing a lot behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
They helped me out on horse camp. Without them, horse camp would not have not been successful.
Right.
We have worked on various things. They're working now to get. We're still always recruiting. A lot of folks are interested, but then they come in and everything, or they never show up.
I got you.
But we have folks that come here and help out in the court and everything, which is very beneficial to us.
So it's an ongoing recruiting process.
Oh yeah.
So if anybody wants to get involved, they just got to come down here to the sheriff's office.
You can get an application.
Get an application, go from there.
Right.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
It's easy enough.
Yeah, and they was out here doing the homecoming, and they had a booth out there. We was at the Purple Hull Pea Festival. We had a booth
Was that
out there.
Shankleville up there?
Mm-hmm.
I think somewhere
Yeah.
up there. Okay.
We had that. We was up there. So we're doing a lot of community stuff, and we look to do more.
Yeah.
And everything, and so.
Good deal. So specific to the holidays, one of the things that's been kind of crazy is that I've heard at least a half a dozen. A lot of people are going to be traveling to Beaumont. A lot of people are going to be traveling to Lufkin. And I don't know about Lufkin as much as Beaumont, but just here over the past handful of days, it's been kind of like this push of thievery on cutting parts off of vehicles, and basically, I mean, you're stuck. I know I'm very familiar with one scenario where a gentleman goes, they went and spent the night in a hotel down in Beaumont, and woke up the next morning, cranked up their truck, and they had no catalytic converter. And so, how can people, obviously, you can't control what's going on in Beaumont, and it doesn't sound like Beaumont maybe you can do that either, but how can people kind of be on guard? I mean, I know, being vigilant is a key in the county and outside of the county, but with so much traveling, so many things going on, and so much shopping and all those things over the next 2 to 3 months, what are some things you would encourage people?
I would encourage them to go to those places that have that security.
Joe Stan.
Okay.
That has security and everything, and well lit areas. The security is key.
Okay.
On the big shopping malls.
Right.
And everything, because those guys, if they see you acting kind of screwy and everything, they would call, or they would confront you. The catalytic converters, these knuckleheads, I tell you the truth, those are an opportunity, a chance. It is one of those vehicles. If you have a vehicle, they can get their they can get under real easy and with a sawzall and cut it. Be very vigilant on that.
Yeah.
Because they like to hit those church vans
Yeah.
and buses and things of that nature. SUVs, high profile.
Well, the truck that I know about was the Toyota Tundra, and I found out that Toyota Tundras, if you have a Toyota Tundra out there, they are the number one hit for catalytic
Precious
converter.
metals,
Yeah, precious metals inside that catalytic converter.
Yeah.
And then I've also heard that kids are like trying to get high off of them or something like that as well. Why it baffles me. Just as I don't know, I don't look at an engine part and think to myself, that's probably something I could get high off of. But there's a lot of things going on out here, and I mean, with the advent of the internet and communication and talking and uncles and cousins and stuff like that throughout Southeast Texas, I mean, it seems like people are going out of their way to try to be stupid on some level.
Yeah, and we got places for stupid back here, and everything. And you'd be amazed, Jay. You'd be amazed at some of the things that people do.
Yeah.
Some of the things they do and some of the things they do to one another.
Sure.
At this point in my life, I'm not surprised anymore.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises me. People look, when my guys tells me about stuff that go on and they don't get a rise out of me or a big,
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like, hey, I've heard it before. I've seen it before.
Yeah, exactly. So you would just encourage people, look for locations that are maintained by security. Look for locations that are lit up.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you want to report anybody walking through a parking lot with a Sawzall. That's probably helpful. But yeah, I mean, that catalytic converter is going to cost, somewhere between $600 and $800 to replace.
Yeah.
And there's no recourse on it almost, except for your insurance,
Yeah, and like I said, we share information. We be in law enforcement arena on who's buying these things or who we heard on buying them and everything, and we work together on share that information. It would. I hate for anyone to get anything stolen from them, because that's an invasion of privacy to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everything, and it gets hard to get over something like that. Certainly we can get things replaced, material things, but it's an invasion of privacy.
Right.
And it's wrong and against the law.
Absolutely.
And you take somebody that does something like that, criminal behavior escalates.
Yeah.
And everything. So we take these things very seriously.
Is there anything that you want to put out here to the people beyond what we've talked about? Any encouragements?
I want to thank them and everything, because they do call, and they're looking, and they even repeat that the saying that I have out there. See something, say something. They say, "Yeah, I saw something, I said something."
Yeah.
And I hear that repeated back to me time and time again, in a good way.
Yeah.
And everything. And believe it or not, we have solved a lot of crime because people saw something and said something.
Right.
And it's still up there on the big board there, because it's still relevant here. Newton County has a unique way of working together in various ways, and I'll look to see more unity going forward, because if you look at it, Jay, we all want the same thing.
That's right.
We all want the same things.
That's right.
I mean, we're all trying to get there. We want to make, and one of the reasons I ran for office is because I want people to look up to Newton, not down on Newton.
Right.
I want that Newton pride to just permeate all through the county.
Sure.
For everyone to be proud to be a Newton County resident, and to do everything they can to add to it, not take away from it. Because it's going to take all of us to be all that, to get where we need to go.
That's exactly right.
We are all in this together. Far too long, even when I was in the military, I used to hear people talk about East Texas like it was a big joke.
Yeah.
And I did not, I didn't believe in that, and I didn't like that. I kind of kept my mouth closed and everything. I didn't like that because I'm from Louisiana, Western Louisiana, which I always called East Texas.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm so close. And I said, I never said it, but I always thought one of these days I'm gonna go to East Texas and I'm gonna prove these people wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't the only one because there's a lot of other folks who come here. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I talked to a lot of folks who moved here from other areas and everything, who are moving here, who are looking forward to retiring here. So
Yeah.
it's a good place to be. And all those old cliches about East Texas, they can forget it.
Yeah.
And everything, because we're gonna do what we need to do to make Newton great and keep it great. And we need that. We need all the folks to work together and strive for the same things, because we all want the same things. We might have a different philosophy on how to get there, but again, human nature is to agree to disagree and move forward to accomplish something great.
Right.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
And everything, and I feel very blessed to be able to work in a system where we can only get better.
Yeah.
And getting better is by you doing your very best.
Sure.
To pump someone else up and prop them up so they can do their best, to do your part in helping them do their job, because it's a ripple effect on what we do.
Right.
It's a ripple effect. Like I was saying about the jail, because we have limited jail spaces, it affects the way we do our due process through the court system.
Yeah.
It affects all of that.
Sure.
It log jams things to a certain extent, or it don't move it fast enough. To me, it don't move fast enough and everything, because our society is a 17-second attention span.
That's right.
You put something in the microwave and it's set for 17 seconds and you patting your foot.
Sure.
So we need that immediate gratification, and so we have to work hard on that. And with that, I'm taking those things under consideration.
Yeah.
I hope that we take, once this new year come in, that everyone, it used to be when I was a kid, when you start the New Year's, you kind of start on a new slate.
Yeah.
You forgive folks.
Yeah.
Who wrong you.
That's right.
And everything, and move forward to try to rebuild that friendship or kinship.
Yeah.
And everything. And I hope that's what Newton County can do.
Sure.
And everything, so we can all get going. Because
we
got places to go. That's right.
Yeah, it was like I was telling somebody the other day. It's a wild thing to watch two bulls pull the same plow in two different directions. And it hopefully things can kind of get pulling all the same direction, and move forward to a better future for the county. So you had mentioned something about trick or treat.
Mm-hmm.
When is that actually going to take place? That's going to be, you said Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Halloween.
When does that, do you guys have a time on that? That way the parents would know?
Well, there's no set time, but right now, it gets dark. And it's dark, good and dark about 8.
Yes.
Good and dark at 8.
Sure.
And I always, in the past, I've always say anytime about 9, they're trying to cut it down. That's
right.
That's giving people benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
But anywhere after that, and normally, I think in most places around Newton, there's going to be venues for kids to go to.
Sure, church events and things like that.
And I think that's kind of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think there's something going to be at the fairground, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think I saw something on the board on that. Don't quote me on it, but most places have those different venues. And when we'll be here from, I guess, 5, and because we're law enforcement, we never close.
Right.
But now, really, the people handing out candy will probably be here until about 8:39.
Till about 8:39.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Any final statements?
Well, again, we're pressing forward, moving forward. There's not a shortage of work.
Yeah.
One of the things I said in the paper the other day, I was it just bothers me. I know how many people come to me who are trying to find people to work.
Sure. That's exactly, yeah, you're right.
The workforce solution, and they're out there trying to find people to get into the program where they can find jobs for them and place them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't get it. I said, you can't find folks to come looking for a job
Yeah.
They say, no, we don't have enough folks in the program. So, we put it on our website. We had them come out here and sit in the lobby. We got contact numbers, we got flyers and everything. And so what I'm saying is, if there's work out there, and I know there's work out there, I get people all the time, I can't find anyone to do any work.
Mm-hmm.
These guys who are out here stealing, calling under a vehicle to get a Cadillac converter, what if they get a hot one?
Yeah.
What you know what I mean? If it burn them and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
That's on them. But there's enough work out there for those people to get off their lazy behinds and go and get into a program where they can earn a decent living or a decent wage and not stealing someone's weed eater or something.
Yeah.
To go pawn it or bought it for drugs.
Yeah.
One of the things a lot of the stuff that is stolen is bought it for drugs one way or another, because there's many search warrants we've done over the years. We find items that we know it ain't those folks' items.
Sure.
But we can't prove it, it's not listed as stolen.
Yeah.
One of the things about putting something stolen, it's going to be listed as stolen until it is found.
Okay.
Because like I said, we found in the 2000, we found things that was stolen in 69 and early 70s.
Wow. So it
Firearms.
stays on that database.
It stays on there.
Wow.
And everything. So,
Okay.
but in retrospect, there's enough work out there for those folks who need money and everything. There's enough help out there for those people who have substance abuse problems or some kind of addiction and everything. And by no means am I downing them. I'm here. They need help. We try to find people who need help.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah. And if we can do it through the criminal justice system, to mandate them to get well, we do that. I've seen people coming here under the influence of those drugs or what have you. In about a month, different people.
Yeah.
They're different people from what they came in here. So
sure.
There's hope for, that's when you say, well, that person should get in a rehabilitation program. And the court does mandate that in certain cases and everything. And I've seen people who come through since I've been in office who's out and, doing well, so to speak. So, it's not never too late.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is to start. And because when we catch them, it's going to cost them time and money.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And I kind of, reiterating your point about jobs out here right now, I read an article here, I guess about 2 weeks ago, about there being right now the first time in, I think they said 4 decades, it's 2-to-1 jobs. 2 jobs per 1 person in the United States right now.
Yeah, I heard that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And Jay, one of the things that I remember as a teenager is waiting to turn 18 so I can get out, get a job, and leave, and get out and get a place of my own.
There you go.
Pay for the clothes.
It's almost like that concept don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I tend to want to blame it on the parents, but I mean at the same time, I think in the long run, initiative is trained at home. I think, I think when you have a kid that doesn't have initiative, it has to do with child rearing. And so in that process, for me, I kind of look at some of this stuff, and I kind of think, well, what did the parents do, or what are the parents not doing in this process? You know what I mean? Because, for a man to have pride in himself, to want to get to 18 so he can go out and make his own way, that it's sad, but it's an archaic thought. It's an archaic idea. It's a healthy idea, but it's still very hard to find.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I'm going to always recommend military because of my personal fight or path. I joined the military when I was still in high school. And when I graduated from high school, I went into the military. I was in the delayed program.
Right.
And one of the things that I found out, I was 28 years old when I decided what I want to do in life, to be a police officer. And I've been in 10 years.
Okay.
And I was 28. So what I'm saying is, in that 10-year period, I was able to find myself at the government expense. So that's what I'm talking about. And I was exposed to so many different things that I wouldn't have been exposed to if I had not went in the military. I've been in so many different places. I've seen how other countries, people in other countries lived, and seeing how this is the best country in the world.
Sure.
We have our issues and problems, but we're still the best thing going.
Yeah.
And how people in other countries look to us as leaders. And they still do. There's a little distortion now because of all the different issues, but we're still the best thing going. Look at the people trying to come over here across the board.
Right.
Now, there's some of them knuckleheads coming over here because they're trying to do bad things.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know how hard it is for someone who's leaving their country to go somewhere else? I know how hard it would be for me to say, I'm leaving here and never coming back.
Yeah.
There's some issues there.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy who's going to be able to come up with the solution.
Yeah.
And everything, but and there is some point that you gotta have an end point. Why we fix this?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get too political and everything, but I don't believe in kicking the can down the road. We need to fix it once and for all. Because if we're gonna fix it, who's gonna fix it?
Yeah.
And look how long it's been going. It's just more publicized now than it has been, and everything. And things like that only get worse before they get better.
That's right. That's exactly right. Sheriff Burby, we appreciate you for sitting down with us this morning, just kind of letting us pick your brain there about some of the things going on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you want to come get some trick-or-treat up here at the sheriff's office on Monday evening, they'll be here till about 8:30. I would just encourage everybody just to keep their head on a swivel, especially if you're going to be down there in Jefferson County. Keep your head on a swivel and park under the lights. Park under the lights. If you see somebody walking around with a sawzall, one of the battery operated sawzalls, you better if you see something, say something. That's what we need to do. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you for listening. You have been listening to Not on the Payroll right here at notonthepayroll.com. Check us out at Facebook. Check us out at YouTube. Check us out at Rumble. Always look for our mascot, the gorilla with the red headphones, and you will pretty much find all of our content right there. So we appreciate you, and once again, Sheriff Burby, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.